Conan fans. This is Matt again. I wasn't planning on recording again today, but I actually got a lot of stuff done, and I kind of wanted to showcase a little bit. This is another one of those probably going to be a little half-hour videos. This is not going to be a big run-through. I'm not going to go out on any big adventures. I've done enough of those recently. Um, Ran around quite a bit, got some resources together. So I found out, I'll get to that when I get inside. Leveled up a few times, got some new tech. I don't think I've built any new crafting stations, but I am working towards upgrading a few things. Maybe I did upgrade. I upgraded the blacksmith um, thing. I did a lot of building though, and I fixed some major problems, and I got some stuff kind of finished up that I had started a long time ago. So I'm really happy about the progress I'm making, and I kind of wanted to show some of that stuff off. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was going to get a torch because it's a little dark. I just finished up this. I just finished up putting some fencing over here. Well, actually, these are palisades, but yeah, I had to move the big sail tent with the little one. I kind of flip flopped them. I slid this one over because it was kind of in the way of my gate that I built that I'm going to show here in a second. So I kind of flipped them around a little bit because this is kind of the main path over here, not going up into that dead desert area. That's kind of like, you know, nobody's going up there unless they have a death wish. So I used the second level technology for walls to build the base, and then I built the rest of it with the sandstone stuff. But I got a big gate here with the incline. There's only two choices. You either do steps or you do the you know the. It looks very clunky, but it's actually smooth to walk across it. So whatever. I had to change a little bit of stuff with my little fenced-in area, but otherwise that it came out okay. That's pretty much all solid wall. That's a foundation all the way up with a wall facing, and fencing on top that you can put your soldiers on. So the gate comes in, and as you can see, kind of pinches out. I wanted to make sure there was a nice thick wall all the way around, and it's a high wall. And we'll go up there next. I didn't do any other changes in here, except I think I put a few new torches in. I had to reconstruct a few walls here on the little shed here, but essentially this hasn't changed a whole lot. I debated about putting some stairways in from this building and trying to make an interior space, but I decided against it. It was pretty easy once I got to here. I almost made that the height of the base wall, but then I was like, I had to get over the top of the gate, so I was like, well, I better go up a level. So again, this just adds to our interior defense, but it's also exterior defense. And this goes up here, and there's a little platform. This is on top of the gate. Nice point of view over the top. And then I got another stairway down. You have no idea how tricky this was creating this stairway rig that I did. How many times I had to build, rebuild, delete it, rebuild it. So we got a gate now. So between here and there, we have, this is our military outpost essentially, because this would all be garrisoned. Essentially, this is the only way into the camp, except for the little back way. But I've kind of defended that. We're going to end up there at some point. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh yes, I did a little finalizing work in here. I kind of closed off. This is still open. I'm not going to enclose this. This is not going to be a building here. But I needed something to keep from people from just walking off the the walls and stuff. So nothing's really changed here. I got the upgraded furnace. I think I already had that, but I wanted to show that. I think my last video was building this whole structure. Essentially, I didn't do anything different. Yeah, we'll go up here first. Yep, I built this. And we built the thing down there. That was all in the last video that I recorded. Let's see, that's the outside. I'm gonna get myself lost. Okay, we'll come back down here in a little bit. I didn't do any other changes here. This is all stuff I did last time. And you saw the brewery thing, how I use up all that. None of that's changed. So I was on a quest to get the new refrigerator unit. And this is what I was fixated on the black ice. And so I went up north, I got a bunch of black ice, I got a bunch of ice. It started off legit, but eventually I had to do a little cheating to get there, but I managed to find stuff and get some stuff and come back home. And then when I got back, I realized that's not steel bars I needed, it's hardened steel bars, which I don't have the ability to make right now. Okay. Well, in my journeys, I did find some weapons that were made of hardened steel that were more or less junk, only because they were almost out of stamina and I couldn't fix them. So I threw them in my breakdown thing, and that got me enough to build it, or close. I had to cheat to get a little bit of the extra, but I wasn't gonna, it was just, I'm wasting too much stuff. So I did that. I didn't double cheat. I could have gotten a lot more if I could have just given myself all the hardened steel I wanted, and I could build the whole wall of these frozen containers, but I didn't. I tried to keep it as legit as possible. And so I built this preservation box. Essentially what this does is you can put any of your meat, cooked or raw, in here with ice. Just regular ice. And you'll notice none of these have a countdown timer. It just basically keeps it locked. The thing is, this is not a huge space. I'm going to need more of these things. Because I still have way too much, way too much excess food. This box was completely full, but I ended up putting a bunch in here. I still have this thing is completely full, and my excess ice, and it's still rotting. I put my, all the bowls and dishes and stuff like that I'm putting in this little container. Until I find a better place for all that stuff. So that was a major quest, and I was so dejected when I finally got home and realized I couldn't build the dumb thing. So I gave myself a little treat and just finished it up. Let's see. Okay, this area is the same. I haven't changed anything in this particular room. Over here, made some changes. I originally had this as the stairway up, and it didn't. It created some problems up above. It didn't create problems, but I had this stupid stone area over here that I didn't want to have to deal with, so I kind of rearranged it. Instead of having this go upstairs, this is just storage. That's like just a nook. This is the actual stairs up. And then this little rock, because that was sticking up, I needed something to cover it. So then I put the second stairway up here. This was reversed. This was the stairway up over here, and then you came around, and then the stairway up was right here. So I just kind of reworked it. I got the roof over here. I like the way that looks with the slant. Up on top, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with, but this is that double hallway I mentioned. This is the long hallway here, and this is the long hallway here, across from the big room above the kitchen. I basically got this finished I finished this, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with roofing. So I just left it for now. I'll get back to it at some point. So I did a little more work in here. Well, essentially I didn't do anything. I did finish the roof, and then I put in some of my. I got this big black rhino, which is kind of was one of the boss rhinos. Killed it and beheaded it, mounted it, and this is the king elk. I think king elk. I think. Um, Humongous rack on that. So I put these big trophies in here. This is like the, I don't know, master bedroom type of thing. Um, so I still need to do a roof and upper. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do a double floor. I don't know if I'm going to have any more stairs up. But that part's done. Then I tackled the big triangular area. This was pretty impressive. I walled everything in, and then I started figuring out what I wanted to do with the second floor, what I wanted to do with the out these little innie and outie thing that I mentioned before. I put a little roof above it, so I got a little platform here, and the other one has a little nook. Um, Over here, I got a little. I don't know. I'm either gonna turn this into a closet or like for storage or another. Because I already designed this over here as my the little lavatory for this floor. It's barely a room. And I had to do a stairway. And stairways are tricky with triangular builds. I wanted a too high ceiling, so this ceiling over here isn't probably going to make it. I'm probably going to get rid of at least some of this. I might keep the one on the farthest part, but this interior one I'm probably going to get rid of. Of course, you can see I still need to put a wall up there, and I don't have all that built yet. But this was like the last thing I did before I got online, just about an hour ago. I did the floor up here, so this is all going to be a whole other floor. I decided there's going to be a little patio here. Again, it overlooks the whole thing. I love having my little overlooks. The little hexagonal. You see how the stairway goes, how it works. Worked out pretty nice. I was pretty happy with this. This is kind of what I did this afternoon. I spent several hours working on this thing, more than I wanted to. I was planning on jumping on here for an hour, and I ended up being on here for like 2.5 hours. I'm glad I didn't record it. It was a lot of painstaking construction. It would have been kind of neat to see it if I could have done it speedily, but it was kind of a slow go. Okay, that pretty much handles that entire area of finishing work. I didn't do anything with this yet. I was planning on it. I was going to work on a stairway and get my upper level, but I hadn't actually done anything yet. I got my molds built for this just a little bit ago, so now I can easily make jewelry. Deconstruction, nothing new there, nothing new there. Okay. Up to the alchemy room. I haven't done anything new there. I did put in the improved alchemy bench. Gave me a bunch of new potions and a bunch of new stuff. Some of this was leveled up, and I have acquired some new tech, found some new resources. I'm not exactly sure what all these corrupted stones do, but I built a bunch of them. I'm sure they're either ingredients for something or there's something I can trade with people. I'm not exactly sure, but it's moving along. It's moving along. It's got some work. Got some stuff I can do. I haven't done anything here. This still needs to be cleaned up a little, but that's all pretty much the same. In here, I think I did put oh yes, I put it on because I went up north. I got a bunch of new trophies. I got some tigers, some boars, some bear. I think I got a bear. No, actually, I didn't kill a bear. I killed a couple saber-toothed cats though. And then the northern, see, there's the standard elk up there. See how much smaller that is than the one that's in the big bedroom. Got my new improved blacksmith bench. I thought maybe that would get me the tech I needed. I did get some new upgrades. I need to build some ancient daggers to replace my current dagger set and some things. I just haven't gotten around to doing that. Otherwise, the stuff that's in here is the same. Oh, I just fixed this up about an hour ago. Um, Remember I had a hole here? I had a hole in the roof. That was one of the first things I built, and I just kind of bypassed it. Turns out I had the same problem here that I've had with other building issues. It wasn't that I couldn't build the square, I just had to do it in the correct order. If I deleted the little triangle and the steps, I could plop the flat roof here, or the flat, floor. Then I had to delete this panel in order to build the triangle and the stairs again, and then I dropped in the roof again. So just, you know, delete, delete, build, and it all put it all back together again. So anyway, that got finished. Remember how crazy this room was? It had a number of big holes in it. Well, look at this. I managed to find a way to fix all of the hole problems. So there's no more. Okay, that thing's. I knew I had placed something that needed to be deleted. No more holes. No more gaps. I realized that I couldn't do partial. These couldn't be partial. I couldn't do a, a long opening. I had to create like smaller hexagonal shapes. So I dropped in a couple of these, threw in some triangle roofs, took out the square ones, put in these triangle roofs. That created the perfect triangle that I could drop in the wall piece up there. And then I did the same thing again to create another little outy thing, put in triangles to fill in the gaps. And then the same thing over here. I squared this up. Everything kind of worked out nicely. And this room is a complete hexagon. So everything kind of came out, kind of nicely. I did. I also had some work to do up on the roof. The roof system was pretty complicated because of all those different weird angles. Down low was fine. Those were just the triangles, but up here, oof. The the big roof here, you notice it's different in the front than it is in the back. I had to find a solution for that. Combination of angle pieces, the triangle pieces, the corner pieces, and everything else. No gaps. Technically, that's a tiny gap, but I can fix that easy enough with that. Done. There's probably one on the other side. Nope, that's not a. So, got that problem solved. I was really happy about that because that was so complicated and so goofy. I didn't think I thought I was going to have to tear apart like all of this walls out here and rebuild it and change the shape of it in order to get everything to fit. It turns out everything worked out fine. I added another fence and a bunch more spiky things to shore up the defenses here. I did that about 5 or 10 minutes ago. That was one of the last things I did before I stopped my recording. I did that. Then I built my little defensive platform. So anybody that tries to come up here is going to get, rain of fire down on them of some kind. Might even take out these fences. It might be easier to angle a bow and arrow down there. And again, circles around here. I'll probably create a larger platform and turn this into like the ballista or something. Be able to launch stuff at anybody threatening the front of our castle. This, the foundation over here and the foundation over there do not line up. I did not build this adjacent to this. This is actually separate from down below too. It doesn't square up with this. I knew it was going to be a problem having multiple platforms up here, so yeah. I just had to live with it. I wasn't going to rebuild all of that in order to make it line up with this stuff because it wasn't necessary. In here, I got some new tech. I built some new torches. Haven't done anything new with this. Oh yeah, I did. Notice I took it down a notch. I did delete the third tier of walls, which of course destroyed the entire roof, and I rebuilt all the roof. So it's not quite interior-wise. It really doesn't change it a whole lot. It brings the roof down a little, but exterior wise, it doesn't look like a giant factory anymore. It's not quite that humongous wall with no windows. Um, so I'm really happy with the way that turned out. And I think that's about it. I didn't go into some of the tech stuff that I did. Um, what else? What else? What else? There was some other stuff I did. Knowledge wise, what did I learn? Some new things. Um, yeah, so I learned the alchemical powder, which enables you to do this witchfire stuff. It requires you to go to the alchemy, or not the alchemy bench, but the alchemy bench to get this powder. But then you go to your tool bench or whatever to the artisan's work table to build the actual torch. The preservation box. I now can build my pickaxe. I haven't done that yet. I need to. I mentioned I upgraded to the higher level of daggers, so those are going to replace my current set of dual daggers. Since I went up north and came back, I decided, well, I better get the Highland Hunter trophies, which is why I have the Elk King and so forth. I picked up a few more. Oh, the torch broke. I picked up a few more tool and weapon tech, or decorative techs, I mean. I picked up the next level of planter, the little folding screen, some other little stuff, nothing major. We don't have a lot of points right now. The next level up is going to be interesting. Attribute wise, still increasing vitality. We're getting closer. 3 more levels, and we'll get that up to level 10. Let's see, what were some decorative things I was looking at? We have an alembic. A bunch of planters. What else? All those trophy heads. Different varieties of tables. I'm just thinking in my head of different decorative things. That's why when I came in here, I did the bunch more of the palisades and the little defensive stuff. Oh, I didn't see. Oh, yeah. When I was up north, I touched a totem thing, and that enabled me to basically taught her how to build totems. So I got a few of those in there now. I think I learned some new emotes as well. None of the new dance ones. None of the new expressions. The flirting ones. I don't know where I learned these at. Watched somebody and picked them up, or read a book or something. Interesting. Well, you gotta have something like that in this, don't you? I already showed the work. Oh, I got some new worship ones too. Oh yeah. By Crom and by Yogg, I learned 2 of the specific ones that are used by certain religions. Crom and Yogg. So I think that was it. There might be some other ones in here, but there weren't anything that I took note of. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do next. On the next recording, we'll probably have to go on another adventure. I should probably find something on the map that I want to go visit. We are really close to the summoning place. That was a good place to go raid. Get a lot of experience. wasn't near as dangerous. I pinged a lot of stuff on the map. Yeah, I went up all the way. I had to, because I had to find snow or ice and black ice. I traveled quite a bit up in the north. A bunch of frost giant camps and their main temple area. And the Mounds of the Dead, which is another. The colored ones are the I don't know, major. They're the capitals for some of them. It's the key location for the different tribes, if you will. And there's quite a few other cultures. I don't know what. I guess that a lot. Some of them just don't have as big a presence. I'm gonna have to do some research on that stuff. Not sure where to go next. I mean, you look at the map, and anything that has lots of little, all these little spots means I've spent quite a bit of time wandering around in those areas. I crisscrossed this area. I killed the lion, by the way. Did I put it? Did I? It may not have given me a head. I don't think it did. Yeah, and I definitely didn't put him up there because I have tigers, I have everything else, but I don't have a lion head. I don't think it gave me a head when I killed the lion. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I wanted to do. I kind of wanted to, rather than start the next recording with doing this, I figured, oh, I'll just do a little video now. And the next video will be basically starting a whole new venture forth. Um, I still got way too much crap in my inventory. We really need to get some iron. I got all this coal, and despite that thing, it's just been burning right through it. And it might be because this thing is just more efficient too. I found some gold ore. I went to that silver mine. I didn't actually explore it. We should probably go there. That would be interesting. I know there's a bunch of scorpions in that silver mine. I did find it. I pinged it on the map. Um, it wasn't far from where I was showing you guys before, but where's it at? It's right around the jawbone. There it is. The abandoned silver mine. Great place to get silver dust and silver ore, which isn't near as valuable as gold. I have no idea where there's a gold mine. I'm sure there's some in here somewhere. So I don't know. We could either go over there and do something, or we could go to the jungle, which is still. I've spent a lot of time in the jungle in another playthrough. So this time I haven't spent much time over there, and there's some really good stuff over there. It's not real convenient for us with where our base is located. That's why I've spent so much time wandering through this desert area, is because this is our backyard. We did pick the perfect spot. Look at this. I mean, everything over here is the Black Hand. Everything up here is the Dogs of the Desert. Everything over here is the Darfuri. We are right smack in the middle of these three tribes. I hardly spent any time in the easy area. I could go down there and I'd be slicing and dicing through everything. But I could crawl through the hills and find all the little caves and those little imp caves and stuff and clear them out. Those, at least I could get through those without dying. We haven't had much luck with some of these other higher level stuff. I get tired of getting killed and repeatedly. I mean, it's not like we're on low level anymore. I mean, where are we at? Yeah, we're on level 47. I mean, we have a maximum level of 60. So we are closer to the end than we are the beginning, and I'm still struggling with fights. And you've seen me fight. Been pretty good one-on-one, but yeah, I don't like getting swarmed. Oh, look at all these new weapons and stuff I can build. Most of them aren't any good. I mean, oh boy, we have a Dafari cudgel. which does 8 damage. You know, these are learning how to use weapons that I'm never gonna use. Isn't all that useful. But anyway, I think that's a good update. You got to see everything that I've done, so the next time we leave, you won't be any questions about any of that. Hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough. I went back and watched a lot of the old videos to kind of catch myself up and realize, okay, we did this, and we did this. Had a couple of videos where everything went to hell, um, but for the most part, things are going pretty well. Still not exactly sure what I'm doing or what I really want this to be this video, but hopefully it's somewhat enjoyable. And with that, I will see you in my next recording. Thanks for watching.